Welcome home, Raiders. Tonight, say you're going to want to listen to this because we have got some exciting stuff to give away. And we'll tell you on the other side of this song, pretty much. This is CTR number 373.
You're listening to Convert to Raid. Convert to Raid. The podcast for Raiders in the World of Warcraft.
CTR Command Center and Broadcast Emporium in Sacramento, California. Today is December 10th, 2019. And thank you so much for joining us from around the world of Warcraft and beyond. My name is Pat Crary. I'm your host. And as always, the players are here. First, from the East Coast, we're going east to west. From the East Coast, it's the lovely and talented Thyst. Hello, Thyst. Oh, wait, hold on 1 second. Dang it, I forgot again. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Am I unmuted now?
You're unmuted now.
Yeah, I paid you a compliment, but now nobody will ever hear it.
Why, so, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll put it back in post. It's fine.
Okay, great. I didn't know. I was lying.
All right. Fine. Also, from Canada, true and proper Canada, it is the master of puns that is Warcraft Stats. Hello, Stats.
Good evening, sir. It's been a tough week for me, Pat.
Oh, yeah?
It's been a tough week.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to get the Tauren in my raid to listen to any of my instructions.
Oh, no?
It just goes in one ear and out the other.
I hear you on that one.
Oh.
I hear you on that one.
That's not a great start today, is it?
No, it's not. It's not a great start.
That's
sorry.
All right.
That's all right.
I love utter jokes.
Wow. That may be too much information. I'm not sure.
Post-show.
Well, welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody in Twitch chat, and welcome to everybody who's carrying us around with you. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, and we've got some like a major announcement with major stuff for you guys, which we'll get to in just, seriously, like a couple minutes. But that's first, reasonable. I want to talk to you about. No, I don't. I don't. I don't have anything on my agenda. But I do want to talk to you guys and see what's going on. So Thyst, how the last couple of weeks been? We took last week off.
Yeah, it's been okay. Streaming some, playing lots of Overwatch. We didn't raid much last week. My team's having trouble figuring out what to do. We've already done alt runs on Heroic. So it's kind of not anything we want to do. We did do the comp stomp though. It took a little persuasion. My team does not like PvP, and it was hard for me to convey that indeed it is not PvP. It's not PvE in Arathi Basin.
It's like an island expedition.
Yeah, pretty much. No CCs, nothing difficult, but it turned out to be really fun. Got lots of XP out of it. And we got a lot of achievements that we could actually do because we had such an advantage over the AI. So it turned out to be really fun. So yeah.
Did you 5 out of 5 on the AV? Did you do a 5 cap?
We did. It was easy, like going in there with almost my entire raid team and some other pugs.
Right.
Like we could do anything we wanted. It was actually pretty cool.
Pretty much. Yeah. Stats, did you try that at all? Did you try the comp stomp?
I did. Yeah, I did a little bit of it. I'm living through the shame of healing our 3-man arena team last week.
Right. Yeah.
Losing to the 2-man team.
We did a little bit of
practicing.
We did a little bit of a stream last week, and just the 3 of us, and we decided to go into 3v3, and we were met with 2 other people on the other team, and they kicked our butts. So yay us! Yay! Oh man, it was a tough night.
It was a tough night. I tried to bury my shame by rolling a shaman. How do you say it? Anyway, is it?
How do you say
shaman
it?
Or shaman?
How do you say it?
Well, it depends. I think shaman.
See, I say shaman as well.
Are we good?
But now the plural of that would be
Shamans.
No, it's shamans.
Shamans. Okay.
Yeah, shamans. So it's not men's, it's man's. Shamans. Yeah, I don't know.
So I leveled. I've been leveling one of those in some little guild called Blood of the Scribe. I'm not sure.
My guild.
Is that your guild?
Look at that.
Well, they reminded me almost immediately after joining that they'd watched the arena exploits, and I was comfortably the worst healer they've ever seen.
Well, well, hold on a second, because they've seen me heal. So if they're saying that you're the worst, then I feel better about myself. So at least there's that.
It was, so I've been living down the shame of that. But I've been around the world of Blizzard this week, actually. I went to, I opened my hundreds of packs of Hearthstone cards this morning.
Wow.
I did some stuff on Overwatch to get a couple of skins, because it's Winds of Ale, which means it's nearly Christmas.
Yep.
Played a bit of Classic. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And yeah, it's been a good week, actually. I think, save for not diving into Diablo, I've run the gamut this week, so it's good fun. And it's nearly Christmas, and I'm happy.
It's pretty good. Actually, it's a really good time to be a Blizzard gamer right now, because I think that there's enough new stuff, especially like Classic, which we'll get to in a second. And there's stuff building for the beginning of next year. So it kind of feels right to just get in there and mess up some stuff and just kind of figure out where all your characters are at and how you can best progress yourself or whatever, get those skins in Overwatch and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been good. And I've been playing like a lot of Battlegrounds in Hearthstone. I think I've pretty much given up on regular play.
It's open right up again now with all the new cards.
I know. I had 6 packs just waiting for me of the new.
All 6 of them.
Yeah. Whoa. All 6 packs of those, and I think with those I'm gonna win it all.
Well, I bought all the things with all the stuff for all the money, and I think I got like 4 legendaries. So I'm.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, and the RNG Jesus was not with me today.
Well, man, that happens. That does happen from time to time, unfortunately. I want to do something with you guys. Kick off the holidays in the right style. I found this thing in my notes, and I would really want to do this. We've done this before on the show, and Stats. We had a little chat before the show. And I said, hey, do you want to do a Mad Lib? And he was like, what's a Mad Lib? And I went, oh, UK, you probably didn't grow up on Mad Libs, right?
Nope.
No. So here's what it is. A Mad Lib is a short story that we put through the ringer. We take out some words or, numbers or nouns or adverbs or whatever. And then we have people fill them in. And we just kind of go with it. So I found this. I found this one, and I just kind of want to do this with you and see if it works out, because it's really, really cool. So here we go with the CTR. What did I call it? Did I call it the Warcraft? I don't remember what I called it. Here it goes. So it's time for the Mad Libs, and I'm gonna do holiday music. Because Wintervale.
So festive.
It is festive. It's good. It's good stuff. So I've got my list. I'm checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty on this show for sure.
Hey.
All right. So here we go with the things. All right. First one is celebration. A celebration. What do you guys think?
Feast of Wintervale? That's a celebration.
That is, and it's happening right now. Look
Topical.
At that. Right? Yeah. Is it right now? I'm not sure if it's right.
Nah,
right
not yet.
Not quite yet. Okay. Stats, how about an adverb ending in ly? You got something for me? You should know.
ly.
Yeah. You should know. Okay, I admit it. This bit took way too long to actually do up. So let's just speed the process along here. Here we go. Okay, let's stop right there. And now let's kick off the actual reading of the thing, because that's what's really important. All right, and then that'll do it. That's it. That's all the ones that there are. All right, so now we get
You gonna read it to us?
Yeah, I'll read it to you. All right. And this, I thought it was appropriate because the title of it that I found in my stash of things from years ago, really. It's called the 2019 CTR Wintervale Giveaway.
Wait, years ago?
Years ago, I wrote this and I put it as a Mad Lib, and now you filled it out. So we'll see what it says. What do you say?
I wonder how close we got.
Right. I'll just stop the music. We're fine. All right. So the thing reads, "Happy Feast of Wintervale." Look at that. You've already got one thing right. Great Father Winter has been extremely generous this year and put a ton of presents under the tree. This year, Convert to Raid will be giving away BlizzCon 2019 Footmen.
Whoa.
Right there. Footmen, actually. Footmen.
What?
Yeah, we have a couple of those guys. You know, the ones from BlizzCon, those Footmen guys.
Yeah.
We got a couple of those. We've also got WoW 15th anniversary collector's editions.
Oh.
We've also got Shadowlands Epic Edition codes, and we've got 90-day game time codes as well. And a lot more, including pets and mounts, like what you guys said. And I've got some other physical prizes, too, that I can mail out from the CTR prize closet along the way, including, like, if you remember the fifth anniversary coloring books that we did.
Ooh, those are gorgeous.
For BlizzCon. They're pretty cool. And some other stuff as well. So we'll set you all up. And it's going to be pretty easy. I went off book. I'm sorry. All you have to do for your chance to win, which is what you said, is join in on the question of the week. Look at that. This is all working out well.
Wow.
This wasn't set up at all.
It's almost like we had a script and everything.
Right. And you can join in on Twitter or on Discord, and you'll be automatically entered into our random drawing.
Oh, wow.
Look at that.
It's like we're psychic.
It is like you're psychotic.
What? Wait.
I mean, psychic. So here's what we've got, just to let everybody know. So we've got the CTR Wintervale celebration happening right now, and it will be essentially until just after Christmas. And we'll tell you more about that in just a second. But as far as the loot goes, we have the 15th anniversary collector's editions. We have the BlizzCon Footmen. We have the Shadowlands Epic Edition codes. We've got 90-day game time codes. We've got pets, mounts, other goodies along the way. Whatever we can find in the closet, we're giving out. Because guess what? I don't have room for it. I have zero room for this stuff anymore. So I got to get rid of it.
You got too many deep V's hanging up in that closet.
I know. There are just so many deep V's.
And those bicycling pants that you like, the stretchy kind.
Of course, those. Of course,
they're real tight.
So here's how you win. Once again, just so you know, listen in for the question of the week. We will talk about this maybe a little bit later in the show. Maybe just after this. Who knows? Probably just after this. And so for the next couple of episodes, for this episode 373 and the next one 374. We're gonna have a question of the week for prizes on Twitter. If you're on Twitter and you want to join in, make sure to tag us at Convert to Raid and use the hashtag WintervaleCTR. WintervaleCTR is the hashtag. And if you're in the CTR Discord, there's a certain channel that says Wintervale giveaways or whatever the heck it is. But it starts out Wintervale. That's how you know it's the right channel. So you put your response in there, and then you'll be automatically put in, right?
Sweet.
And just so you know, winners will be notified like next week before the show. We'll try to round up the winners and from this week, make sure that they know that they've won, and then we'll start the next one for the next week. and then that'll be selected like just after Christmas. So
this is so exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting. Just one thing to note: physical prizes, they need to be. I only want to mail them in the U.S. Sorry, guys. These are big prizes. So we have the Footman, which is pretty big, right? I mean, this is a big box.
It's huge.
It's a big box. And then I got other big boxes today for the 15th anniversary, and I have not unboxed them yet.
Ooh. You should do an unboxing on stream, Pat.
Well, I thought I might do that. So
are you doing it right now?
Yeah, I'll do it right now. That's fine.
Oh.
So I have the box right here. And I just cut it open so that I would know what was going on. But
he's opening it.
Inside, it's the wrong way around. But
ooh.
It does say Warcraft 15th anniversary collector's edition.
Oh, it's beautiful.
This thing is huge. This box is huge. I dare not take it out of the actual cardboard because, I mean, otherwise it's unwieldy at that point.
Sure. And then you just have to pack it up again when you send it.
Right. So I'm not going to unpack it and then repack it. Instead, I just want to send it to you.
Yeah.
So, but it's pretty cool. And it has, I believe it has the Rags statue in there, right?
Yeah, it does.
So
it does.
It has the Ragnaros statue. I have 2 of these. Oh, wait. I only have 1 of these. Oh, damn it. I already said 2. All right. I have 2 of these to give away. And I want to thank the guys over World of Warcraft, obviously, because they helped me with some of the prizes here, actually with a lot of the big prizes, which is great. And we will try to get these to you as soon as possible, probably, hopefully, if not before the new year, hopefully just after.
Yeah. Mail's always super slow around the holidays.
It's weird, right?
Yeah.
So, and the statue, yes, it is so pretty, says Hashtag.
So is.
Yes. And it looks great.
It's a major collectible item too.
I'm going to open one of these and glance at it for a while, just stare into its eyes.
Don't do that.
and I'll put it on.
Don't do it.
And I'll put it on IG somewhere, just like this video of me staring into Ragnaros's eyes.
Okay, do that.
Just with music, maybe make it into a TikTok.
Oh, people would love you on TikTok, Patrick.
So there's all of that stuff. And we'll make sure to let you know who wins next week, and we'll tell you what some of the answers were from you guys out there. Once again, if you want to join us on Twitter, just make sure to tag us at Convert to Raid on Twitter, and then also use the hashtag WintervaleCTR. And on Discord, just jump into the Wintervale channel and start talking. That's it. It's pretty easy.
Easy clap.
As long as we have a good question of the week. But I don't know. I don't know what the question of the week should be.
I don't know either.
It should be, how do you move from Canada to the US so you can actually get some loot?
Well, so some of these are codes though. Like there's 90 day game time codes, which is amazing, and then the Shadowlands Epic Edition codes. Those are. I mean, at least they're North America. Some of these might be North America only, but I believe that some of them can be switched over to EU as well. So feel free, chime in. Let's see if you can win. And so, yeah.
That doesn't apply to me in stats, though, right?
No, you can't win.
Oh,
you can't
man.
You can't win.
Start of my life. Oh,
you can't
man.
win.
This is where your Thyst 04 account.
Yeah, it's totally not me.
No one will ever know.
There's no way. No way. But it's pretty cool, and I think that I think it's just a great way to celebrate the time of year and to celebrate you guys, because without you guys, there would be no show.
Yeah, it would be literally nothing.
Well, I mean, we might still do a show, but it would be fairly sad.
Oh, it'd be really sad.
So welcome to CTR, I guess.
But full of swears.
No.
Oh, no.
Why not?
We'd keep it clean still.
No, it would just be all just like mopey songs and stuff.
You guys would want me to do a show for nobody and not make any swears?
No swears, and just 3 hours of Radiohead playing.
Oh yeah, 3 hours of Radiohead. God, that would be great.
I wouldn't actually mind that though.
That would be great. That'd be awesome. So once again, we'll Thyst, you know the question.
No, I forget it.
Well, think about it. Maybe we'll circle back to it in a little bit, and we'll see if you came up with it yet. But then once that hits, then we can then everybody can start chatting about what their answer is.
Okay.
So there we go. So we've got that. Maybe we should just go into some World of Warcraft.
I've got it.
Oh, you've got it now.
I got
All right.
it.
So okay. So what's the question of the week?
The question of the week is, if you could give your WoW main one customization feature, what would it be? So that can be anything like tattoos, a scar, different colored hair, a mermaid tail, a cat tail, a monkey tail, a fox tail, whatever.
Does it have to be a tail?
No, but I just kind of went on a tangent there for a second.
Okay.
But this is your WoW main.
Sorry.
What you would give it, and it doesn't have to be anything that's already in the game. It can be whatever works for you, like your preference, your aesthetic, maybe something that has to do with the backstory you've given your character. Just think about it, because we want these answers to be really interesting and really reflect you and your main and like what your character means to you and what you would give if you could. And, give us an interesting answer. It doesn't have to be funny, but... So
stats... Is there something that you would give to your main character that that you would like to change if you could?
Plus 500 to healing for sure. Skill, ability, enthusiasm. I don't know. There's hundreds of different things that I can think of with my Tauren. My dwarf. Could be a bit taller. It's kind of stumpy.
Pierce nipples.
Pierce nipples, sure. So one, I thought of one thing that maybe everybody could use, which would be underpants. Maybe just underpants.
Oh yeah. Tidy whities.
Yeah, just tidy whities.
Like sacks for the boys.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I think that would be a great thing. Maybe
I think so too.
Maybe not for my character.
Yeah.
He's kind of like a hobo. He's kind of a hobo. I don't know if he would like underwear or not.
You could give him
He's
a nice
walking, isn't he?
At present, yes.
So he'd have his little booties to go walking in the snow.
Aww.
One of those sort of themed Christmas bow ties.
That'd be fine too. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. I might have to switch him back to Night Elf. I'm not sure that I'm totally into the Worgen. Yeah,
I think for my resto druid, I'd want to have at this time of year maybe some lights and a little star on the top of me.
Oh yeah,
on the Christmas tree.
Yeah, be a Christmas tree. Yeah, that'd be cool. I like that. Tombstone says my answer is flea collar. Maybe, especially during the summer months.
That would really help with fleas.
Thyst, how about you? What would something be that you might want to change?
For my mage, I have a whole life backstory for her. Like she's got an entire story, and I wrote into her story a while ago. Like I started as fire, and then I had a few years as frost, and I've recently come back to fire in the last 2 expansions. And when she was frost, her fingers were frostbitten permanently because of all of the spells and stuff. So even though she's a fire mage now, she's still got like those like bluish black tipped fingers in my mind from her time as a frost mage. So I think I give her that.
Cool.
But that's only one thing. Like I've got so many ideas,
Well, maybe we can expand on them in the Discord or on Twitter or whatever, and help other people win prizes. Because guess what? You can't win anything.
Yes.
We've been
over this.
Once again, you can't win anything. So
we lose.
Right.
Good day, sir.
So the question once again for the question of the week this week is Thyst.
Oh, sorry. You're looking at me and I'm just like, what? Okay. If you could give your WoW main one customization feature, what would it be?
There we go. So jump into Discord, jump online, jump on Twitter, and let us know. And we'll see who we can give this stuff away to next week. All right. With that, we are going to move into World of Warcraft.
A clever strategy.
Thank you. So this week is a very important week to me. Not just because of the giveaways, but because it's also Firelands Timewalking, and for that, I'm just going to do big applause. I love Firelands.
Hey.
I love Firelands with all the fire demons and fire people that you have to exterminate.
It really is the land of fire.
It really is. It's a lot of fire. It's a lot of lava and fire and firebirds and then there's Domo. Domo. You know. Domo. And
Domo. Oh.
Right. And I was just thinking. I mean, this was basically when we started the show. Is right around Firelands. And so I thought I would play at least part of a bit from one of the things. And I don't know if you remember how tough some of these bosses were.
How what? Sorry.
How tough some of the bosses were in Firelands.
Oh, they weren't easy.
No,
I remember.
Like Rylith was a big pain in the knee.
He was the left foot, right foot, wasn't he?
Yeah. And then you had Shanix, who was the hunter guy at the beginning. Like
Yes.
you had to kill enough things, and then he would come out and
Finally.
Right.
He had an achievement. You had to drag him all over to everywhere.
Right. That's right. Even to the secret hidey hole where you have to do the staff quest stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
And then there was Beththalak, the spider.
Yes.
And
very confusing.
Let's see.
Bird fight.
Yeah. Oh, the bird fight. So the bird fight, Elise Resort, that was kind of like the wall for my team.
Yeah, I think it was for everybody pretty much.
So during that time, it was like the wall, and then they nerfed it like by a lot, and we just sailed right through that, right through Domo and onto Rags, right? But if you don't remember, I have a song that will tell you what to do during kind of the intermission time. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go with the song. It's Tornado Town.
Yeehaw! Welcome to Tornado Town. Saddle up and move them out square dance style. Tanks grab a resto and do-si-do, and don't get hit by a tornado. Scoot and dodge. Oh, Bonnie, I said scoot and dodge, not die. DPS, oh, it could hurt. Make sure your backside don't get burnt. Stir the bucket. Donnie, not kick the bucket. Hope you picked up a feather when you could. If you didn't, better knock on wood. Oh, Johnny, I guess Johnny decided to floor tank. Now you better pick up and hustle buns. Did you hear me? I said run. Thanks for coming to Tornado Town. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Just a little silly thing for you guys.
Man, your skills at playing the banjo.
Oh, so good
back then.
So good. I always like that stuff.
Patrick.
I always like that stuff. It's good stuff. The plucking never stops. Especially on Elise Resort, who you're trying to pluck all of her feathers.
To pluck, yes.
Yes.
Wow, I really connected the dots there, didn't I?
You really did. That was,
we have to do some of those. We have to do some Shadowlands.
Oh, we may even do that for 8.3. Who knows? Now that we've got a new collaboration thing going on.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Now we can do all sorts of different things.
Uh-oh, that sounds dangerous.
It really does. And we'll talk about 8.3 in just a second, actually. But first, I want to go back to last week. We talked about the alpaca pet. Not last week, the week before, right?
Right.
Dottie was coming out and we were all excited and everything like that. And apparently there was some tiny print that was the same size as the rest of the print that said something weird, and the internet freaked out.
Wait, the internet freaked out?
Yeah.
The internet never freaks. They never freak out.
So weird.
The internet freaked out. And they said, what do you mean? You know, and so the what do you mean part was that there was regular print that said that they were only going up to $3 million for the charity stuff.
Right.
And so 100% of the pet goes to charity, and $10 out of the plush, right?
Right.
Goes to charity. And there's a $3 million cap on it, and that's a bad thing. Right, guys?
That's $3 million.
Right. Yeah.
Like I don't know if I'm thinking maybe Pink Mercy maybe broke that for the cancer charity, but I can't recall any WoW charity item exceeding that ever.
No, last year was the closest that they've come with 2.5. So it was 2.5 last year. And I think they had a plush that went along with that one too, right? I'm not sure if it was part of it.
I think they did, yeah.
But,
if I remember, they did, yeah.
But I know that they had a plush. I'm just not sure if it was a part of the charity stuff or not.
I don't think.
Anyway, do you think that we're going to get up to 3 mil on this deal?
We might, and you know what? They'll have $3 million for charity, and that's insane.
Right.
I'm not really quite sure what the fuss is about. It's something to get mad about, but it's such a staggeringly large amount of money, and that's $3 million on top of the tens of millions that this company, through just playing this game, has raised already. So it's huge. It's huge. There's nothing to be upset about. I think it's a good thing.
Right, and the pet from last year is still being sold in the store, and they're making money off of that now. And of course, it's going to be through December for sure. I believe that this is going to be all going to charity as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not looking to break any. I don't think that we're going to be breaking any records this necessarily before January, right? So
probably not.
Right. So I think we're probably okay, and we'll get the report later, and then we'll be able to say, "Boo Blizzard" or "Yay us."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Boo for keeping the little bit more than $3 million you make and reinvesting it in the game that we like playing.
Right.
You can always just donate directly to Make-A-Wish if you're uncomfortable. So
yes, that is the other thing.
It's Christmas. Donate some money.
Sure.
I got a stat for you, Pat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think 95% of the people complaining won't be buying it anyway.
Maybe.
And that's like the problem here. Like that's the part that doesn't measure up here.
Right. So, it's the vocal minority, and I think that we just got to put it in their place and just say, "Yep, you can be over there." What do you say?
Yeah. But I think we should all just buy this pet because it's adorable and it's reasonably priced, and it's the holidays and it's for a good cause. Up to 3 million, we can help them achieve 3 million. That's what really matters here. Nothing else matters besides donating money.
Right.
And just honestly, buying these charity pets for your friends around the holidays, that's my favorite gift to give my WoW friends. Because, you're not only giving to your friends, it's easy. They can open it immediately. Mm-hmm. There's no fuss, no muss, whatever. You just buy it, just give it to them, and it goes for a good cause.
And we actually gave out a couple last week during our stream, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And so it was a good time, and got a couple of pets for it was Beetlejuice, who's in chat right now, and I can't remember who the other one was. Damn it. But we gave away 2. So, I mean, it was pretty fun for a couple of hours stream. It was nice. Mm-hmm. And we will be doing more giveaways and maybe even more of these Dottie pets for folks. So
you're so generous.
Look at that. Aren't we though?
Patrick Claus.
No.
Patrick Claus.
Santa Crane.
No. None of those. None of those, please.
Father Patmos.
None of those, please. All right, let's move on to 8.3. Because there was some very important news this week that broke in patch 8.3. Just kidding. We're getting really close to Christmas time, and I think that everybody kind of wants a break. So, of course, there wasn't a lot of big news, but lots of little things, right?
That's fine. Yeah.
Lots of little things. Like Like in 8.3, they confirmed that Goblin and Worgen Heritage armor are going to be coming for whenever that releases, and that's awesome. That's awesome. That's great. I like that. I want to see the Worgen in the top hat. And at this point, Stats, getting back to your question, this is the reason why I'm keeping the Worgen. I think after that, I got to go back to the Night Elf.
I'm going to be controversial here. I think the Goblin one's good. I like it. The Worgen one, I'm not sure about that.
It's a classy Worgen. It's a very classy Worgen.
I think it'll look good in the human form. On the dog form, it sort of, those novelty things you put on your dogs around this time of year to make them look festive.
Yeah.
I've got them all. All the dogs are dressed up all the time.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good top hat.
Yeah, and I think that's all people really want is the top hat.
Yeah, I think so too. Just a top hat and a loincloth and you're good to go.
That's it. That's all you need.
Just like in real life.
Just like in real life. If only I could go everywhere in a loincloth and a top hat.
That's why you moved to California.
It's classy and comfortable.
Yes, exactly. If you're sweating, no big deal.
It's fine.
I really like these. They are good.
Take off the
they
hat.
Are.
You're fine.
How many have we got left to go now? How many have we got left that we need heritage armor for still? Humans still don't have it, do they?
Humans don't have it. Do orcs?
I don't think so.
Orcs don't have it. No, Magcar
Humans
do.
and orcs. Yeah. Ooh, I can't wait to see the orc armor. I'm thinking chains and spikes, baby.
Do the blood elves do?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do the night elves? I think they do. I'm not sure.
No, they don't. They got their Tyrande.
Oh. Humans, orcs, night elves, trolls, says Ash in chat.
That sounds right.
Undead and Draenei.
So we have a lot to go here.
We've got a few.
I always look forward to these.
These are all the ones that don't. Humans, orcs, night elves, trolls, undead, Draenei.
Thanks, chat.
So
thanks, Ash. I love looking forward to these transmogs. They're so. I don't know.
I hope we can get to them before Shadowlands.
Probably not with the way they're coming out.
Because then we'll be kind of almost dead in Shadowlands. I don't know if that's.
We're going to be almost dead in Shadowlands.
Right.
That is accurate.
Right. So I don't know how the transmog thing is going to look in Shadowlands stuff. So
it'll be fine.
Will it?
Every new expansion, the armor just gets more beautiful. So I'm not mad at it.
All right.
Yeah, there's some good sets out there, and I can imagine some really, really, really interesting ideas that we could have for some of the original races if they haven't been done yet.
Well, yeah, and I mean it's like talking about armor for Shadowlands. I mean, we know what the Covenant reward plate armor stuff looks like from BlizzCon.
Beautiful,
and that's amazing. So
pretty,
so great. So I mean, I know that we're going to be looking forward to all of that stuff coming up, which is good. There's one other note that I want to throw in about transmog and about armor and all that kind of stuff, and that deals with Mechagnomes. For those guys that are like totally hype on Mechagnome, and I know that there are several. Thyst, believe it or not, people want to play a Mechagnome.
Listen, why?
Because it's fun. Because it's silly.
All right, fine. I mean, if that's what floats your boat, being a gnome of any kind, then more power to you. But I will target you in World PvP.
Right. Well, of course. And it may be pretty easy because apparently they're going to have some transmog restrictions. So this is something you want to know if you're creating a Mechagnome. That their hands, what is it? Hands, feet, and
hands, legs, arms,
wrist, arms, and feet essentially cannot be covered. Right? Is that right? Stats?
Yeah, you can't cover any of those with armor, and so you better select it properly with the original screen because that's all you're going to wear forever.
Right. What do you think about that? Because I know that you basically found out today, right?
It's in keeping with what they're trying to do with the actual the forms themselves to make them look like Mechagnomes, but
Sure.
I guess if you cover it all with armor, you're going to look like a normal gnome. So I guess this is the way they get to separate from regular gnomes. I don't know. They're not for me, Mechagnomes, I'll be honest. But it's a consistent theme to make them separate from regular gnomes. So yeah, no issues from me. Makes sense.
It's weird when you start looking at like some of the armor that's out now, and then you put it on a Mechagnome, and you can see their legs and arms essentially.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they add more of if the hands and feet are something that can't be covered. It's going to be interesting to see if they actually add more of those options later on, because just reading on, it says they only have sort of 4 arm upgrades and 2 leg upgrades available. Right. So that's not a lot of customization if you can't transmog over it.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, right? I mean, for those, I feel bad for those guys that are like, I want to play a Mechagnome, but I also want to wear what I want to wear. And now,
yeah, but I think this is cool because like we play these allied races mainly because they look cool and different. You know,
sure.
A lot of them aren't that different from races we have now, and honestly, like with the Void Elves, I mistake those for Blood Elves all the time, because they look the same, you know, except for the different colors and slightly different hair. That's it. From far away, they look the exact same. But this, like, I love this. I wish, like, to me, if it was a perfect world for me, we would get allied races that were just completely different. You know, like the Tuskar, like the Centaur cats from Oldham, like, you know, just completely different things. And this is sort of edging on that. I love that. And I also love the way that on the Mechagnomes, all of the pants turn into diapers because the legs are always showing. So
there's my tiny whiteys right there.
Yes, exactly. It really highlights the crotch.
Yeah.
So if that is your aesthetic, there it is.
So I think that this may also lead to people wondering about Naga being a playable race. Because now that we have this Mechagnome that can't be covered on these little parts, right? Mm-hmm. Now we have the precedence to actually say, okay, you know what? This can happen. This is a thing.
Yeah.
We can't cover arms and legs on the Mechagnome, so guess what? Tails, we can't cover those. The tails we can't cover. You're fine. But you still need shoes.
Dryads. Centaurs, centaur cats.
Right.
I wonder if those Wendigo woolies cover it all, though, because that's the only thing that covers my hoofs on my Tauren. So I'm wondering if
they cover everything. One size fits all.
It's a onesie. You can't have a onesie not cover these legs. So if you've made a Mechagnome and you regret it and you can't afford to change it, but you still want to play World of Warcraft, then you've always got your Wendigo woolly onesie to throw over the top,
maybe,
and pretend you're a regular gnome.
Maybe,
probably
not. Who knows? I don't know how it's going to work.
Again, it would highlight the crotch area, which is fine.
Yeah,
sure.
Still can't be paladins though. Still can't reach the light.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Don't bite.
So, in other news, it looks like there was some confusion from the player base. Apparently, there was something out there that said that, how the Brutosaur, that's the big long boy mount, that has the auction house on it and all that kind of stuff. Somebody started a rumor somewhere that Longboy, they were going to ditch the AH vendor right after the expansion or something, right?
Oh.
Somebody said that, and apparently the World of Warcraft team heard enough of it so that they actually made a post saying, "You're crazy. This is not going to be a thing. This is an expensive mount. Auction houses are remaining. It's not like
good. I mean, that's what you're paying for, right?"
I guess so. I mean, this is irrelevant news to me. It's like saying Ferraris aren't removing their power steering.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean,
I'm never buying a Ferrari.
But I mean, if you're out in the world and you want to sell some stuff on the AH, and if you've gathered enough money or enough gold to be able to buy one of these things in the first place, most likely you play the auction house a little, right? So
most likely.
Right. Either that or you bought a lot of tokens. And and then I question things. You know, I have questions about that. Right.
Of course.
So there's that. I don't know. Thyst, any other?
I wouldn't have thought that they were going to remove that. You know, they're just taking it out of the game, you know. Right. I mean, unless you own it, but that's all. And I don't know, like, could you imagine if they had taken it out, there would be major backlash. Because like, that's, aside from the cool giant dinosaur aesthetic, like that's the main selling point of the like 5 million gold that you're going to grind to get this dinosaur.
It would be really bad.
Yeah. It'd be Dinomania.
It'd be dynamite.
No, opposite of that.
Opposite of dynamite, not dynamite.
Everybody get on the floor. Something, something, dinosaur.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that song.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It would just be Dinosaur Jr. songs all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Barney.
I got Barney.
Barney songs.
Barney with an auction house on his back.
I love you. You love me.
Oh my God! If that happened in game, I would totally slaughter my own mount.
I would love that. I'd love someone if anyone was to ever hack World of Warcraft, and I would never condone this, and they hacked it, and it was every Brutosaur sung that Barney song over and over again, and they would turn purple. I would enjoy that hack.
Oh my God, that would be the worst thing ever. That would be worse. That would be worse than a train set. It just keeps going and going.
I like those train sets.
I like the
train. There's the train destroyer set.
Yeah, I like the breaker. Yeah.
The train wrecker. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I brought mine to BlizzCon 2017. It didn't wreck the train band that came to play.
Tombstone in chat says that he would rage quit so fast if I Love You started coming out of the Brutosaur. I don't blame you. I don't. I can't.
I don't.
I can't blame you on that one at all. Because that would be horrible. All right.
Are you guys gonna get close to a Brutosaur? Are you trying?
Never. I already knew I was never gonna have it before it happened.
I am approximately 4.9 million away from getting this thing. It's not gonna happen.
4.9. You're 900,000 in debt.
Well, it would be 4 out of the 5 million. I would need to raise another 4.9.
Oh, I thought it was 4 million, not 5.
No, it's 5.
It's 5.
Oh,
it's 5.
There's going to be someone somewhere, the day before patch 9 drops, who's going to be the closest to 5 million, but didn't quite get it.
Yep. Oof.
Imagine being that person.
I would send that person gold.
Sorry, Steve. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get the long boy.
Gold, Steve. I don't have a lot.
Steve.
You're not going to get it. You're 5 gold away.
That's when you have to take off your transmog and dance on the mailboxes. Like you just have to.
There's 2 minutes left. You have 5 gold to make. What do you do?
Yeah, dance like you've never danced before.
That's right. That's it. Speaking of dancing, let's talk music. Because 8.3. So one of the things about 8.3 is that this is a big patch. This is a huge patch that's going to be dropping after the new year. It's going to be crazy. And there's so much content. There's the rating, there's this new gear system. There's by the way, the new corrupted system, they're still working on it. They change it all the time. I still don't get exactly what's going to happen. We don't know. We'll find out together.
Okay.
We'll find out together, and then we'll report back to you guys what we find out. Because that's a bunch of craziness. But one of the things that we do know is that there is a massive amount of music that is going to be dropping in 8.3.
Yay!
There is some. Oh yeah, we could do applause. Yeah, we could do that. What was it? Wowhead dropped a video of like over 2 hours of music from 8.3. 2 hours.
That's some content.
That is, that's just the music. So make sure to turn the music on for 8.3 because this stuff is creepy. It is.
It's great because it's creepy.
It's creepy. It's creepy. It totally is. And there's even more for like Bolvar and stuff like that. Here, I'll just play you a piece of from 8.3. Here you go. Creepy, right?
Very. I'm terrified.
You're not terrified.
I'm pretty terrified.
Actually, that's not actually the music because I didn't want to deal with copyright stuff. That's my own stuff. That was my own stuff. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Here's the stuff from Bolvar. No, that's actually stock music. That's a different thing. So
why are you debating us, Patrick?
Because I don't want to put copyrighted stuff in here if I can help it. So, but it's new music. So the 8.3 stuff is relatively creepy. It's relatively old gaudy.
Sure.
Corrupted.
I understand that.
Corrupted. The Bolvar thing is like this sad hero theme that is really beautiful and makes you want to weep.
As usual.
Right?
Yeah. Womp womp. But yeah, WoW music is always good. They always knock it out of the park. And since it's so deeply embedded in like a time and an area and a feeling, and just like content in general.
Yeah.
Like WoW music always has the power to bring you back to where you were when you were playing that particular part of the game for the first time. And I guess that's a thing with video game music, but like obviously WoW does it better than any game, but it takes music that's already so immersive and turns it into an experience every time you hear it.
Yeah.
So
And I haven't listened to all 2 hours of the music.
Why not, you slacker?
It's a lot. It's a lot to get through. But I did skip around a bunch, and it is beautiful and haunting, and also beautiful. Twice.
You said that. Oh.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think back to Grizzly Hills or working into Stormwind for the first time or Orgrimmar. I completely agree with this. That's the stuff that is really stirs the nostalgia in a WoW player, and this is good stuff. This is on par with the music they continually put out. So I love it. It's going to be good.
No, it will be very, very nice. That is for sure. And as we kind of approach 8.3 and approach the end of the year, I know that one of the guys that normally does, he's actually done quite a bit of video stuff, moving from music to video. But he's done a lot of video edit stuff for the Warcraft Arena team and for MDI, I believe. But mainly
Machinima.
Mainly Arena, I think, is what he's done. But IK edit, he's actually done a lot with different WoW video in the past, just in general. Yeah. But now he's also come up with a video of WoW PvP for the best of 2019 video. That's what he's calling it. And it's just all of these really cool stylized looks at people in battle in PvP grounds. Mm-hmm. So cool.
I loved when you started doing those because it was just like the cool, like that's what I've always wanted. I want to see what it looks like from a different perspective when WoW characters go into arena and like they're waiting for the doors to open and then they fight each other, and it's right. Cool to see that machinima style and like so well done at the same time. And
like the camera is sitting over the shoulder of a monk as he flies into battle.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah. And you can actually see like the foot land in the face and the face react to all of that stuff, and it's just really cool. But that makes me just kind of I know that you guys are into esports. I know that we enjoyed BlizzCon quite a bit together, and we were hanging out for the MDI. and a little bit of arena and maybe some other stuff as well. I mean, we didn't get into Overwatch this year.
Nobody, hardly anyone did. That arena, you had to crawl to get in there, man.
Right, I know. But I just kind of wanted to talk to you about esports, just kind of in general, because as we approach the end of the year, I wanted to see what stuck out to you as like some of the big esports moments for you. What were some of the things that you enjoyed? Thyst, I'm guessing you're probably going to say MDI Australia.
Yes, the spring finals were quite exciting, Patrick.
Yes.
They really took the international part seriously in the MDI, no longer the invitational, but the international. And they took it all the way to Sydney, Australia.
Yes.
And they had it at the ESL studio in Sydney, which I hear is very lovely because I was there.
Because you were there. Because you were in it.
Yeah, I was in it, but it was great. It was a good time. Definitely the highlight of the year for me.
Nice. Stats. How about you?
My favorite is always the race to world first. I love that, and I'm not sure if that counts. I think it counts.
It totally does. It totally
counts as esport.
Right.
Just watching my buds in Method kill it. Watching Limit get close. The hype around it. I thought the production value was insane. The people they got involved to help cast. They had the shifts and it's just one of those things that's, I love MDI and I love Arena. I like watching those. You're involved in the moment, at the moment, watching it. But the race to world first is one of those things. If you've got a busy life, it's there in the background. You can keep watching, and eventually they get there. I mean, you have all 400 or 500 pools going on in the background, but just watching them creep that little bit closer, working out who's going to get there first. It's a lot of fun.
Well, and it's so nice.
Every cycle it gets better,
and it's so nice because now, finally, the curtains have opened. We can see what's going on behind the scenes of these different raid teams, and so especially when you have some people helping us along, like Preach and all the guys that were kind of commenting on how the progress was going along the way was so cool, and especially this year was so great because there were just how many were there? There were 2-3 of those races. Right.
We started back in September 2018 was the first one. Yeah. What's his name?
So we had. Well, I guess we had 2.5, right?
2.5, yeah. Because then we got into that. There was the 2-man raid.
Right.
The Eternal Palace was by far and away the best one. That was an incredible race.
No, it really was. It really was.
And I always go back to that last boss of each raid. So Jaina was an insane achievement to get her down.
Yeah, that's
knowing what we got to know about how much of a gap they had to bridge with gear and skill. And then it was another level again with Queen Ashara. That was an incredible race to watch. It gives you an extra level of appreciation just how good these guys are, not just individually, but as a team to achieve what they achieve. And then just if you just look at WoW progress 2, 3, 4 weeks ahead, you still don't have teams getting it down. So it's a fascinating thing to watch. Love having it on the background. I can't wait for the last one before next expansion. So
right, and I just remember back in the day when we started this show. I mean, basically what we had to do to figure out who was winning in the race to world first was we had to refresh WoW progress. That was the only thing that we could do.
Yeah, and you'd get some hype on the forums, and we'd get some ideas, some rumors about who'd got as far as they'd got, and you never really knew what was happening. But
right, and then they started live blogging it probably a few years ago, and then finally in the last couple of years, it's just come along and it just burst onto the scene as this new lovely PvE esport. And it's
Yeah,
just
I think
esports.
Yeah, I think you mentioned. You mentioned Firelands, or Cataclysm, Pat, as that opening raid. I think that was the first documentary that was out there. The documentary, which I think you can watch on YouTube, which is the Race to World First. And you've got a really young looking Sko. He's like 19, and that was with Blood Legion and Ararat and the guys there racing to beat the European guilds. That was where it started for me, and that would have been 8-9 years ago now.
Yeah,
I still have from it was like the first or second BlizzCon that I went to. I still have my Blood Legion T-shirt from back in the day. I'm like, no, I'm not. That one's staying put. That one's not going to be going into the bin anytime soon. I'm gonna keep that around for a while because that was pretty sweet. So
2020 should be interesting. As much as I love the guys in Method, and I know a few of them, and they are lovely chaps. I would love to see a North American guild,
and I think
take a Race to World. Just one of them. I'd love Limit to do it. Just
and
once.
I really do think that Limit is right there. I mean, right there.
So close.
They have been so close, and especially talking to Max at BlizzCon, who's the raid leader. He's just he's just so tuned in to what's going on. Such a smart guy, and really, kind of even-headed and just really doing the math on all of this stuff. And so it's pretty cool to kind of see him consider all of the new things for 8.3, for like all the stuff that we talked about at BlizzCon is just amazing. So good luck to everybody for sure. But I mean, come on. I think it's time for maybe a new king.
They're going to push
queen.
it to the limit. Right.
Push it to the limit. Yeah.
Walk along the razor's edge, if you will.
Sure. And I'm trying to think about all the different esports that happened just for this last year. So we had Mythic Dungeon International. We had the Race to World First, a couple of them, right, over the last year plus. And we had the Race to World First 60 in Classic, which was interesting.
Very.
That one didn't play out the way that everybody thought it was gonna.
No,
they didn't. But Joker got there in the end. Some guy we'd never heard of.
Right.
And then NAWC. Yeah. And then lots of wild stuff.
Arena. And then and also in Classic right now, what's happening is the dueling, right?
Yeah.
So Stats, I know that you've been watching that for a bit, right?
Yeah, that's a different type. That's a different type of skill entirely. It's a much more raw PvP skill. Lots of timing. A limited number of skills compared to retail WoW, but that is absolutely fascinating to watch because it's being split in between not just the overall abilities of each class, but the best players within each of those classes as well, because classes do dominate others. There are those that are just far and away better, but they've done it in such a way as that every class gets some representation. So we have the best shaman, the best priest, the best warlock, and the guys there that's one of the things I absolutely love about the community is that ability to see an opportunity to do something new, get some enthusiasm and some funding behind it, get some production value, and put it out there. And you look at the numbers. I mean, the people watching it, it's pulling in thousands on Twitch, and that really does show how popular it is.
And I've been watching guys that we know from AWC also doing this dueling challenge, and so you have not only like Venruki and Zico and Sidu, but I mean you have like all these different streamers and they're all kind of joining in and really playing this up. And then there are also some other folks as well. So I mean, it's kind of like this cool best of the best.
A community, it's like a community event.
Yeah,
it's one of the few. Right now, it's the only esport that's really demonstrating solo skill.
Right.
And that's where I think the appeal is, certainly on Classic, because you can't really do this in retail easily.
Right. Yeah, it's exactly. And so it's kind of nice to see all of this stuff happen. And it's been quite a year in WoW esports, especially. But Blizzard esports in general has been fantastic as well. So just been all around just stunning, which is great. So speaking of Classic, I know that we have a couple of things for Classic. So let's kick that off with this one.
Let the suffering commence.
Mm-hmm. Now, this week, what is it? Phase 3 stats? Is that what they're calling it? Is it actually Phase 3?
Because I thought it was phase. It's not Phase 2 because Phase 2 was
Phase 2 has already happened.
Yeah, so I think it is Phase 3.
Okay.
Yeah. There's 6 overall, right? As far as I know.
Right. So I believe this is Phase 3. But I wasn't sure if it was Phase 3 or like Phase 2.5 because I know that they were breaking stuff up and throwing stuff around and whatever. But
it's not the Phase 3 that was originally supposed to come out. I know that.
But now we have Warsong Gulch and Alterac Valley. Those kick off today, as well as the Elemental Invasions. If you need to farm your essences for those guys.
I'm always farming essences, but in real life.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was confusing.
I'm farming the essences of retail that I need for my neck piece so that I can be better.
Yes.
So
that's also confusing.
Yeah, it really is. So stats, have you been playing Classic? You said
yes. I actually dived in today. It's not Warsong Gulch. AV is there's a little bit of drama around that right now because I don't think people are feeling like it's certainly not classic AV as people knew it. There is the 6-minute dash where you've just got both factions running through each other to get to the end bosses. So it's not as well received or being as played as the same as it used to be. I think is
well, and I heard about that. One of the things it was that you can only get 4 player kills, and then you're kind of capped out on your honor for player kills. Is that right? Something like that. It's something there like
there was a problem with it, I think, but
there's some sort of cap on it so that people are just basically zerging bosses, and that's it.
Yeah. Essentially, that's what's happening. And so all you've got in AV is I was in one today that was just a Zerg. It went straight through. And I was on the right faction because it was Alliance. Alliance are dominating it to that end as well. But we'll see how it plays out. It might even itself out over the next couple of weeks. But there's a general sentiment that it hasn't quite ended up being what people is expecting in terms of traditional vanilla experience.
Right. But Warsong Gulch is going to be a traditional PvP experience because that's what the game is.
Yeah, exactly. That was my first PvP experience.
Mine too, at level, what was I, 12 or something like that?
Yeah, baby PvP.
Getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
Getting stun-locked by a rogue.
Going all the way to Thunderbluff, standing on Hunter Rise, waiting for that Q to pop. Man, those were good days.
Those were good days. Yes. Also, just so you know, on this latest patch, there was a support for paid character transfers in the latest update, but it's not active yet. So they're not saying you can actually do a paid character transfer, but you might be able to soon. So just something to keep in mind. And if you need an add-on like Greenwall, which for those guys that are in the CTR guild or in AIE or any large guild or group where you have multiple guilds that are talking to each other, essentially, they are breaking it. They're breaking communication on add-ons. And it's kind of a complex thing, but they're just like breaking stuff because they want it to be broken.
Sure. I mean, that's their prerogative.
Yeah, but they're going to try and make it as classic as they can, and so the argument is that it's not classic to have Greenwall, and this was the same argument that came out with the sort of bespoke LFG that they'd sort of set up as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to make sense to the people who've used to having Greenwall or having LFG in retail, but that's not what Classic's supposed to be. So
Exactly.
Well, it's tough because a Classic isn't vanilla. It just isn't, and it can never be. And I think we've talked about it on this show ad nauseum. But it's kind of one of those things where you can't unlearn what you've already learned. We can't take the boy out of the MMO. Wait, what is that? What is that? Never mind.
No,
anyway,
that doesn't make any sense.
Right, it doesn't. So it's just kind of this thing that is going to be very, very different. And I guess this is one way that it was just too different.
Yeah. Hey, man, if you don't like it, there's always retail.
That's right. It works in retail.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do it there. All right. And with that, my God, we're running very late all of a sudden.
Wow.
Look at that. We're running very late. Quickly for other games. And maybe what I'll do is I'll play this. Yeah. I'll play this. And we can talk about the other games as we're kind of going out. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Overwatch Winter Wonderland is happening right now. Soldier 76 Ugly Sweater skin is amazing.
Oh, that's a good one, isn't it? That's the one for the first week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's Holly Moira, and then it's Snow Angel Mercy.
Yeah, I only care about 76. That's it.
We know.
That's it. That's the only one.
I bought both new hamster things. There's like a victory pose. You know how each character has a toast every winter? His toast, he's literally like drinking out of one of those hamster like liquid dispensers with his little tongue in there, like, And then he's got a voice line where he sings Jingle Bells, and it's so cute.
You do love that hamster, don't you?
I sure do.
Sounds amazing. So in other news, Hearthstone Descent of Dragons is now available to play. Also, they did some battleground changes over the last week or two. And so they did some MMR changes as well. I mean, some rating stuff, which hopefully makes it better for people. We'll find out. I don't know.
Still don't know what's going on in Battlegrounds, Pat. I mess around. I play around a little bit. I get my little team up and running and doing the things and buying the stuff and selling the things, and then by turn 4 there's a guy with like a 28 demon guy and a whole bunch of demons, and I'm just over.
It happens.
So I got to read up how that works. But,
it happens.
I got my 100+ packs of Descent to Dragons today.
Nice.
And
let us know how it goes in Descent of Dragons, because it looks like it's a pretty cool expansion actually.
Yeah, there's some really good. They've got the new Invoke thing. They've got. I don't understand why. I'm not a huge Hearthstone player, but they've got this Galakron that only 5 of the classes have, and the others don't. But it looks good. So
nice. Galakron was a good raid boss as well.
Mm-hmm.
Also in Diablo, I guess there was an exploit that will lead to bans. So there was an exploit for Greater Rifts, and somebody did it, and it was like, did it on stream, got a Twitch ban, and probably will be getting another one from Blizzard as well.
Yeah, Blizzban.
Don't
Absolutely.
cheat, guys.
Just don't do it.
No,
it's not worth it.
Yeah, plus you end up with that. You end up with one of those ugly crying videos on YouTube, and that's their mother, and
Man,
the grandkids will see it. And
those are the worst.
You never want that.
Those are the worst. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Anything else that I missed?
No.
Okay.
No, we're good.
All right. So follow Thyst at Thyst03 on socials. Warcraft Stats on socials. Myself, I'm Pat Crane with a K. And Convert to Raid at Convert to Raid on Twitter. And make sure to do that this week, especially this week, because of the giveaway. And remember what the giveaway is. It's all that wonderful stuff that we talked about at the beginning of the show. And all you have to do is just answer the question of the week. And the question of the week, once again, Thyst, is what?
If you could give your WoW main one customization feature, what would it be?
There we go. So put it in a tweet, put it in our Discord, whatever, and we'll we'll have a chat, and we'll see if we can get some winners before next show next week, and talk to you guys about some of those different answers. So there. Now I'm going to bail out of that, and I'm going to play this one. Also, oh, that's too loud. There we go. Make sure to join us over at converttoraid.com. That's where we have everything. That's where we have the audios, the videos, the guild stuff, and so much more. All over at converttoraid.com. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the show. Stats, Thyst, thank you guys. It was wonderful chatting with you as always.
Likewise.
Somebody called me Craneberry. Nice. In chat. Thank you very much.
Delicious.
And thank you, chat, for always keeping it weird. And thank you guys out there for taking us around with you wherever you go. I look forward to seeing your answers to this week's question of the week popping up throughout the week. So thank you guys, and good luck to everybody out there. I hope you all win something, though I know you won't. It's just,
wow.
It's not possible. I'm sorry.
Fair.
We can ask for more stuff, but I don't think they'll give it.
Pat Green's TED Talk.
Yeah.
That's my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I guess that's it. For all the guys at Convert to Raid, thank you so much once again for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.